Hello everyone. So we have just traveled through Dark Secrets of Seven and the strange supernatural world of Stranger Things. Both of these movies has danger on the outside, but the movie I'm talking today is completely different. The danger in this movie isn't a monster or a killer. It's a battle inside. So every once in a while there comes a movie which doesn't just tells a story, but there's something deep inside you. For me, it's Goodwill Hunting. Goodwill Hunting. It has no. It's not filled with action, no dramatic exposures, no superheroes, nothing. It's just real. It's a story of a young boy who can solve the toughest problems in the world but can't solve himself. Have you ever met someone who's so brilliant but can't see their own work? That's what the Goodwill Hunting movie is all about. It's not just a movie; it's a mirror. So the story takes us to the streets of Southwestern, where a young janitor named Will Hunting hides a secret that he's a genius. Nobody notices him until he secretly solves a problem, toughest problem that left on the hallway chalkboard. He's a genius, a mind that can solve the complex problems that even professors couldn't touch. But this movie is not about his brilliance. Will carries a Will carries a childhood full of violence, abandonment, and the memories he never wanted to share with. All these scares all these scares taught him one lesson, that is trust gets you hurt. His friends Chucky, Billy, and Morgan were the one part of his life where he feels safe. They ride, they laugh, they joke, they argue. With them, Will isn't a genius. He is just a kid trying to feel normal. He pushes away people before they even get a chance to hurt them. So then Will gets arrested after a fight. That's when Professor Lambu steps up. He sees Will as a once in a generation mind, a kid who can read total math itself. So Professor Lambu gets Will out of jail only if he agrees to study with him and go to therapist. And here we get introduced with the scene played by Robert Williams. He, a therapist who has same rough neighborhood as Will, but Scene wasn't impressed with Will's intelligence. Rather, he is interested in his heart, and this is where the movie adds up a deeper tension, almost a tug of war for Will's future. On one side, Professor Lambo wants Will to use his brain to solve the world's complex problems. On the other side, the scene wants Will to use his to choose what actually makes him happy in life. So as sessions continue, Scene tells him stories about his late wife, her snoring, her strange things, the teeny things that made real love. So the scene wants Will to understand that life is not all about being perfect. It's about letting people inside, even the parts you're scared of showing off. So meanwhile, Will starts dating Skylar. Their relationship is sweet, messy, and real. But one day, she asks Will to trust her, to trust her to open up. Then Will shuts down. He pushes her away because love is vulnerable, and the vulnerability is the one thing he can't risk. He can't risk with. So in this movie, there are no car crashes or explosions. Its biggest battles happen in the quietest rooms between two people talking, challenging each other, breaking through the fears built over years. So all of this builds a heart-shattering moment, which is in Scene's office room. That is, Scene look at Will in his eyes and says, "It's not your fault." Will initially brushes it off and says, "Yeah, I know." But Scene repeats it again and again until Will finally breaks. The years of buried pain rising all at once, and Scene holds through it. That scene isn't a genius. It's about healing. Later, Chucky Chucky say Chucky gives Will a kind of honesty that only best friend can offer. It's that he tells Will that the best part of his day is to walk up to his door and hoping that he's gone, hoping he's finally gone to chase the life he deserves. So every scene in this, like the chalkboard discovery, the fights, the dates, the argument between Lambu and Scene, the talks with their friends, everything, all of them pushes Will to one fact that he should live the life he wanted, not what others expect. So, what makes this movie so special isn't the Will is a genius, it's that he learned something far more difficult than math. He learned to forgive himself. He learned that love and connections are the only things that made us humans, not intelligence, not success. You see, Good Will Hunting movie reminds that have we all have parts of ourselves we hide, maybe out of fear, shame, or pride. But the real strength isn't pretending that we are fine, but showing off, opening up, letting someone in. So by the end of this film, Will finally stops running from the life. He leaves a note for saying that I'm going to see that one girl. It's just a simple line, but it has too deep. Like Will finally chooses hope, choose love, choose himself. So when I think about this movie, I don't think about brilliance, accents, or the therapies. I just think about the courage, the courage to face what hurts and still move forward. Because sometimes in life, the hardest equation to solve is that believing you deserve happiness too. Thank you.